Dr. Van Rieken at Reno Sparks MedSpa in Reno, Nevada. Hello, and long live beauty. So I have Sandra here, who's good looking but wants to be really good looking. So when I look at her face, it's a pretty face. She's got pretty decent cheekbones. She's got good volume here, pretty good volume here, decent volume in her lips, although I cheated and gave her a little filler a while back on her lips, so we cheated there. And then if you look at her, one of the things you see is her temples are a little bit flat. And you see this more in thin gals, you see it more in white women, and you see more temple recession or sort of temple sort of concavity in whites as well as women versus men. So she's a little thin here. So we're going to give her a little bit of stuff here. Turn your head, okay, and so you can see that she's kind of thin here. So we're going to start close to the eye, but still on the sort of the bone here. You don't want to put more than about a 1/10 of a cc or thereabouts in one spot, or it can look a little bumpy. So we don't want her to look bumpy. And then you just kind of put it around the different places. You're putting it below the muscle if you can, and that way what happens when it's below the muscle is you can kind of massage it and it doesn't look lumpy. If you put it right on the surface, you know, it's right under the skin, you can't really do that. And you can see already she's filling in and getting a lot of volume here. And what do you think so far?
Oh wow.
So
it even like kind of lifts my...
So filling in more, huh?
Mm-hmm.
One of the nice things about putting the Botox right here, go ahead and move the mirror for me. The filler here is that this is nice for crow's feet. And one of the things that's nicer about it here is that it fills in and the look in terms of the depression is improved. Most of the people that I treat are going to get maybe 0.5 to sometimes 1. And she's pretty young, so I don't think she necessarily needs a whole syringe on each side. What we're using in this particular instance is Voluma, Juvederm Voluma, and these are hyaluronic acid products. And the interesting thing about them is this particular product lasts about 2 years. Mm-hmm. Okay, so far I've given her about 0.85 cc's on this side. And now I want you to take a look and see what you think.
Oh wow.
You happy with that volume now?
Oh yeah.
So, if 10 is a horrible pain, 0 is none, how would you rate the pain so far with the procedure at the most and the least with the pokes?
Like the least is 1, the most is like a 3. They don't really...
So it's not too bad?
No, not at all. It doesn't, really hurt.
The ones that bleed a little bit, do they hurt more?
No,
not
especially.
At all. It's just this...
Yeah, if you wouldn't have told me I was bleeding, I wouldn't have known I was bleeding.
Okay, and then there's a little bruise here. We're going to give her a little laser treatment there, and that's a little bit swollen. So now she may get a little bit of swelling. Mostly what you see is what you get. Okay, so what do you think?
I think it's really nice. Like it's kind of evened out my face. My crow's feet are gone.
Well, very good. Okay, thank you, Sandra.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Carol, my trusty videographer. And this is Dr. Van Rieken signing off for Reno Sparks MedSpa. Stay good looking.